So we're gonna start with lying down on our backs. So just go ahead and settle in on your mat. All right, so lying down. And just start to feel the body. Feel the weight of the body on the floor. And feel the floor supporting the weight of the body. And as you settle in a little further, begin to notice your breath. So just start to feel the breath moving in the body, feel the chest moving. Notice the breath as it enters through the nostrils, travels down deep into the core of the body. And then notice the breath as you exhale, starting way down deep in the core and traveling all the way up and back out through the nostrils. Follow the breath for just a few rounds. And feel the body settling. And then we begin to check in a little bit deeper. And we start noticing the body a little more closely. We start way down at the toes. We notice the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet. We notice the ankles, the shins and calves. We move up to the kneecaps, backs of the knees. We notice the thighs, front and back. Take our attention to the hips, front and back. Notice how we're feeling in the belly, the low back. We move out to the fingers. Notice the palms, the backs of the hands. We notice the wrists and forearms. We move up to the elbows, the upper arms. Notice how we're feeling in the chest, the upper back. Notice what the shoulders are doing. Notice the throat, the back of the neck, back of the head. Feel the facial muscles. Take the attention all the way to the crown of the head. Where we pause here for a moment. And then quietly scan all the way back down through the body to the toes. Next, we take our attention back to the breath. We start noticing the breath a little more closely as we begin some breath work. So we're going to practice the 3-part yogic breath tonight. And to do that, let's just get our attention focused on those individual parts. The first thing we're going to do is place a hand right on top of the belly button. And we're going to start taking our breath into the belly. So as we inhale, we're going to feel the belly expand way out, away from the floor. And as we exhale, we're going to feel that belly pull back towards the spine. Inhale to the belly, really expand. And then as you exhale, you feel those muscles start to warm as you pull the belly back towards the spine, exhaling. And then one more time, a deep, slow inhalation, really expand the belly. And a slow, complete exhalation, Exhaling all the air from the belly. And then let that breath return to its normal pace for a moment. Notice how the belly might feel different. And then we're going to start focusing the breath into the ribs. So let's take 2 hands on either side of the rib cage. We'll start to focus the breath here. As we inhale, we're going to expand the ribs out and away from the center. And as we exhale, we feel the ribs pull back towards the midline of the body. Inhale again, expanding the ribs out and away. And exhale, feeling those ribs move back towards the midline, feeling the ribs warming up. And then one more slow, deep inhalation. Really expand those ribs as far as you can. And a slow, controlled exhalation. Exhaling all the air from the ribs. Return the breath to normal again. Notice how you're feeling in the midsection. And then part 3, we're going to take one hand to the top of the chest, right below the collarbones. Next inhalation, we focus on sending that breath right there at the top of the chest. So as we inhale, we feel the chest rise up towards the sky. And as we exhale, the chest falls back down towards the floor. Slow it down a little bit, inhaling, expanding the chest. And exhaling, we feel that chest fall back down towards the floor. One more time, a really deep inhalation, expand up and away. And a slow, focused exhalation as we exhale all the air from the top of the chest. Again, we return the breath to normal. Taking a moment to feel any differences in the top of the chest. And then the last part of that 3-part breath practice, we're going to put all 3 of the individual sections of the breath work together for the complete 3-part breath. And so to do that, you can use your hands to focus going up through the breath work if you need to have that touch to help you get the breath where you want it to work. So let's start with inhaling, expanding the belly. Letting the breath rise up into the ribs, and let the breath rise all the way to the top, to the collarbones. As you exhale, you're going to exhale from the top, and you're going to exhale everything from the ribs, and exhale everything from the belly. One more time, we inhale belly, expand up into the ribs, expand all the way to the collarbones, exhale from the top, exhale from the ribs, exhale everything from the belly. Let's do one more here. Inhale belly, expand up into the ribs, and expand all the way to the top. Exhale from the top, exhale from the middle, and exhale all the breath from the belly. Let your breath return to normal. And then we get ready to integrate our movement with our breath. So we're going to start with stretching out nice and long on the mat. So start to reach fingertips away from toes. Stretch out long, reaching up through one side, making one side longer. Maybe curving over a little bit to one side, and then reaching up the other side, stretching nice and long. And then the next time you inhale, stretch up the center one more time. As you start to exhale, begin to hug the knees to the body, holding them tight towards the chest. Start to rock the low back side to side, relieving any tension that you may have accumulated there today. And then we're going to start to take the knees in a very tiny little circle. So hands on top of the knees, help them rotate using that momentum. You're going to start very small with your circle, and as you rotate around, you're going to let that circle grow bigger with every rotation. And if you think you're going really slow, go a little bit slower. So really noticing, making that mind-body connection. What's going on with the low back? How has today's work or rest affected it? Then we're going to reverse. So we're going to start very small with that circle again, going the opposite direction. And with every rotation, grow that circle bigger. Noticing all the little parts of the low back. Feeling anything that needs some extra attention this evening. One more deep inhale. Again, as you exhale, hug the knees back to the body, coming to stillness at the center. And then next time you inhale, let's start to stretch the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Begin pointing and flexing through the feet, waking up the backs of the legs, loosening up through the soles of the feet. Circling through the ankles. And we're going to start to take the soles of the feet back down to the mat. So the knees are going to be bent. Soles of the feet are going to be on the floor. Start to walk your feet out to either side of your mat so that your feet are a little bit wider than the knees. We're going to take a nice deep inhalation here. As we exhale, we're going to start letting the knees fall over to the right. And then inhaling through center, knees are going to go towards the left. So synchronizing this movement with your breath, inhaling through center, very slowly, exhaling, letting the knees fall. You can start to add the head to the action. So nose is going to start traveling the opposite direction of the knees. Again, here the focus is that synchronization of breath and movement. So inhaling through center and slowly exhaling, letting the knees drop. And then the next time the knees drop over to the left and the nose drops over to the right, we're going to stay for a few breaths. So start to tuck the shoulders under, let the arms rest out to the sides, wherever they're comfortable. Start to take your attention to where you feel that twist happening in your body. And then start to take your breath there. So as you're in your twist, you inhale and you feel that twisted side that's facing upward towards the ceiling, expanding. As you exhale, you feel the whole body relaxing closer towards the floor. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. So just thinking about expanding that right side body as you inhale. And as you exhale, letting the body relax deeper, closer to the floor. Keep breathing. One more really deep, slow inhalation. Really expand that right side body. Exhale, relax as close as you can to the floor. And then the next time you inhale, start to bring the nose and the knees up through center. And exhale, opposite side. So knees fall to the right, nose falls to the left. And we stay here again for a few breaths. Taking our attention to that left side body. As we inhale, we feel the ribs, the hip open up a little bit more. As we exhale, we feel everything relaxing closer to the floor, maybe finding a little more flexibility, maybe feeling the body loosen a little bit deeper with every exhalation. One more deep inhale here. Really feel that hip expanding upward as you inhale. As you exhale, again, relaxing as much as you can towards the floor. And then we're going to inhale, knees back up through center, nose back up through center. As you exhale, hug the knees back to you one more time. And from here, when you're ready, you're going to come on up to your seat. So once you find your seat, you're just going to find a comfortable seated position. I'm going to do a little neck and shoulder work. So any comfortable seated position that works for you is what you should be moving towards. And so once you get into that seated position, just settle into the seat. Start to feel the sits bones, move the flesh away from the sides, rocking back and forth. Take the shoulders up towards the ears and let them gently roll down the back. Start to feel the spine grow nice and long. So take the attention to the sits bones. And just take that attention all the way up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. Feeling that spine grow a little bit longer every time you move up with your mind through the spinal column. Once you get to the back of the neck, start to feel the neck growing longer and start to feel the crown of the head reaching closer towards the ceiling. Maybe just close the eyes for a minute and notice your breath once again. And if your eyes are closed, gently open them. And as you take your attention to your breath, this time as you inhale, start to reach the chin up towards the sky, lengthening the throat. As you exhale, start to tuck the chin towards the throat, feeling the back of the neck lengthen. Inhaling again, looking up. And exhaling, tucking the chin. Inhale the nose up to neutral. This time as you exhale, just look over the right shoulder. And then we inhale back through center, exhale, looking over the left shoulder. One more time, inhaling through center, exhale, look over the right, start to drop the nose towards the shoulder. Feel that left side neck stretching a little bit deeper. And then inhale that nose back up and come through center, exhale towards the left. And then again, take the nose towards the shoulder. And then we inhale up and back to neutral. We're going to start warming the shoulders up a little bit more deeply. So take the fingertips out to either side. As we inhale, we're going to reach way up with the arms, reaching out of the armpits. Hands are nice and active. Exhale, reaching through the arms. Then the fingertips gently touch down. Inhale up one more time. Reach up through the arms, up out of the armpits. Just reaching up a little bit deeper with each arm, like you're climbing a rope. We're doing a good morning stretch. Exhale the arms back down. Let's take the hands to the heart. Next time we inhale, we're going to reach way out. As we exhale, we're going to take the right arm across the body. We're coming under the right arm with the left. hooking onto the arm. Start to loosen up the shoulder blade, the right side shoulder blade. So just starting that stretch. And then as you're ready, you can start to move deeper, stretching into that shoulder blade. And if you're feeling like you can make the eagle arm, you can start to wrap the arms around, or you can stay here. So listen to what your shoulder's asking for. Take it wherever it feels like it needs to go. And so once you get settled into your shoulder stretch, from either position, you just start to take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, start to take the elbows towards the sternum, towards the diaphragm. Feel that stretch get a little deeper. Keep breathing. Let's go 2 more breaths here. Next time you inhale, start to unwind, reach way out as you inhale. Exhale, the left arm's coming across. Start to hook underneath with the right. And so here we're just initiating that stretch. And then you can start to take the stretch as deep as feels good for your shoulder. So once you get settled in to where the stretch feels like it's as far as you'd like it to go, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, elbows start to come towards the diaphragm, rounding the upper back, feeling that stretch go a wee bit deeper. And we're staying for a couple of breaths. And then on the next inhale, we're going to come back up out of that stretch, reach the arms way out. Let the fingertips start to drop back down towards the floor. If you need to adjust your seat any, if you're uncomfortable, legs might be getting tired, feel free to move around, switch your cross, or just move around to get that connected with your sits bones. We're going to inhale the arms up again one more time. As we exhale, we're going to drop that right arm down, and we're going to start reaching over to the side. So lengthen in the left side of the body. Keep that left arm really long and active. Keep the sits bones connected to the floor on both sides. So feel free to move in and out of that stretch. As you inhale, you can come out of the stretch. As you exhale, maybe you move a little deeper. And wherever you land with your stretch, keep breathing. And keep opening that left side body. One more deep breath. And then the next time you inhale, come in back up to center. Reach way up with 2 arms. As you exhale, you're dropping the left arm. And you're reaching over with the right, keeping that arm nice and long. Again, keeping both sits bones connected to the floor. And keep breathing into that stretch. Readjust as you need. Next time you inhale, come back up. Reach up with both arms. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to change our seat up a little bit here. So we're going to stretch both legs out ahead. And anything you need to sit on here, I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see me. So if you need a blanket under your seat, now's the time to grab it. And then you're going to find those sits bones once again. So sitting up nice and tall, legs stretched out ahead. And we're going to take the right sole of the foot in towards either the thigh or the calf, so wherever it feels comfortable for you. As we take our next inhale, we're going to lengthen our spine. And then we're just going to gently turn the body towards the left leg as you start to fold with your exhale. So we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. And if you'd like a pillow or a prop to help you get a little more comfortable here, you can use a pillow to help prop up your forward fold. So deep breathing into that stretch. And eventually letting the whole body relax down towards the left leg. And keep breathing. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Next time you inhale, coming all the way up. We're going to switch sides. So stretching out the right leg nice and long. Taking the left leg in either to the calf or the shin, but not on the knee. Inhale the body up nice and tall. Slightly angling towards that right leg. As you exhale, you're going to start to fold. And again, if you want to prop up for support here, you're going to fold over that leg for a few breaths. So keep breathing. Three more breaths. Two more breaths. And 1 more breath. Next time you inhale, coming all the way back up. Shake out the legs. This is Virgil, who's coming to join us. And we're going to move to wide legs, forward fold. So same thing that we just did, except legs are wide. Inhale up out through the sits bones, lengthening through the crown of the head. As you exhale, you can start to fold forward. And again, if you want to use a prop to make this pose a little more relaxing, you can lean forward onto a pillow or your blanket. And let's stay for 5 breaths. So keep breathing. 4 breaths. And 3. 2. And 1. Let's inhale all the way back up. And we're going to roll around a tabletop position. So if you need some support under the knees, you can take your blanket. We're just going to go through a little bit of cat-cow to warm up the spine. So find some alignment with knees under hips, wrists under elbows, elbows under shoulders. Make sure that the fingers are nice and spread. And then as you start your next inhalation, push into the hands and look forward, really stretching through the front of the chest, feeling the spot between the shoulder blades move together on your back. As you exhale, start to curve, tucking the chin. And then one more time, looking forward as you inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, looking forward. This time as you exhale, you're going to start at the belly button. So as you exhale, start pulling that belly back towards the spine. And then you're going to start setting the hips back towards the heels. We're making our cat-cow a little more dynamic. As we move forward with our inhale, we're pushing into the hands. Exhale, belly to spine. Take the hips to the heels. 3 more. Inhale forward. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And 1 more. Inhale forward. And exhale. All the way back. Take a moment to settle back into child's pose. So any child's pose that feels good for you, knees right under the body, or you can spread the knees out somewhat and reach way out ahead of you. So you can let the head rest down on the mat, or you can stack up the hands if you need a little more space. Just going to take 3 breaths here in child's pose. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. We're going to inhale back up to our tabletop. Start to reach back through your legs. It doesn't matter which leg you start with. We're just stretching through the backs of the legs. Curl the toes under, really reach through, maybe rock back and forth a couple of times. And then move on to the next side. So reaching back through that leg as well. Rocking back and forth. Warming up that leg. 1 more on each side. So let's reach back with the right leg. And then we're going to take that left hand and plant it right under the face. And we're going to open out to a modified side plank. So feel the chest open. And then reach up with the right arm. And so you can take this side plank into as challenging as you would like it to be. So you can stay here. If you want a little more strengthening, you can lift the top leg. Let's do what we can, staying in our pose for about 3 breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, we're coming back to tabletop. And let's do that on the other side. So we're going to reach back through the left. And we're going to start to open up to that side plank. So you can stay here working on your balance. We can lift that top leg. 3 breaths. Keep breathing. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, you're coming back to tabletop. And you're just going to stretch back 1 more time to child's pose, just for breath. And we're going to inhale back to tabletop. We're coming up into our downward facing dog next. So we're going to start with checking our alignment. We're going to take a deep inhale, curl our toes under. We're just doing a baby downward facing dog first. So knees bent and soft, pedaling through the feet, getting the body used to the idea of the inversion. Next time you exhale, come back down to tabletop. Check your alignment once again. Take a deep inhale, curl the toes under. This time going into downward facing dog, your best dog. Pushing into your hands. Letting that weight redistribute between hands and feet. And we're going to stay here for 2 breaths. So take a deep inhale. As you exhale, relax your head. One more deep inhale. And exhale. So start to bend the knees, and you're going to walk either hands to feet or feet to hands. And then once you get those hands and feet right next to each other, you're going to settle into your forward fold for 2 breaths. So deep inhale, feel the body expand. As you exhale, feel the body relax deeper into your forward fold. One more deep inhale. And exhale. Next time you inhale, start to bend your knees. Take your hands to the hips if you need them. And then you're going to walk up to the top of your mat. And find your mountain pose. So checking in with the feet, making sure you feel alignment, heels under the knees, knees under the hips, slightly pigeon-toed. Take a moment to check in with your breath. Feel the spine growing longer with every inhalation. As you exhale, feel the core activate. Once more, check in with the feet. Make sure the toes feel nice and free. I'm going to run through our mini sun salutations. So here we start with inhaling the arms way up, reaching up to the sky, looking up at the hands. As we exhale, we bend the knees a little bit and we start to forward fold. Inhale, we're coming up halfway. Nice flat back. As we exhale, we're folding again. Inhale, bend the knees, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands to heart. We have 2 more. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Exhaling, forward folding. Inhale up halfway. Feel that nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, coming all the way up. Exhaling. Coming back to mountain pose. Last one. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, we're coming up halfway. And exhale, we're folding all the way down again. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. And exhale the hands to the heart. All right, so you're going to want to face the long edge of your mat. We're going to step out nice and wide here. We're going to work through some warrior postures. So find a nice wide stance for warrior 2. Start to raise the right toes and then face those toes out towards the short edge of your mat. Let's just try that out. So take a bend to the knee. Make sure that you feel the knee facing the same direction as your toes. Make sure your legs feel nice and strong. And then you can straighten that knee up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the knee. Take the gaze over the front fingers. Feel the legs nice and strong and the arms really active. And keep breathing here. Next time you inhale, start to rotate the right palm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, reach the right fingers up towards the sky. Reverse your warrior. And keep breathing here. As you start your next inhalation, we're coming back to warrior 2. We're going to move into side angle. So let's check in with our body first. We're going to take the forearm to the top of the thigh first. We're going to open that chest out to the long edge of the mat. Once you get there, then you can work on taking that arm deeper into your side angle. So keep those shoulders facing the long edge. Once you get as far as you can, which may be here or maybe a little deeper, then you can start to take that top arm up towards the sky. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, take the arm next to the ear and maybe look up at the ceiling. So either looking at the ceiling for a challenge or at the floor for balance. And keep breathing here. 3 more breaths. One more breath. We're going to start inhaling ourselves back to warrior 2. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, turn all the toes facing the long edge of the mat. So we're back to wide-legged stance. We're going to inhale the arms out to a 5-pointed star. As we exhale, we're going to take those knees to a bend, so you might have to turn the toes out some. And we're coming into that goddess pose. A good strengthening pose for the legs and the core. 2 breaths here. Deep inhale, exhale. And 1 more breath. We're going to inhale back up to our 5-pointed star. Exhale, drop the arms. Turn the toes back facing forward. And we're going to do that on the other side. So find your wide legs again. Start to take the left toes to face the short edge of your mat. Check out that knee bend before we get started. Make sure you can track the knee facing the same direction as the toes. Straighten back out. Inhale the arms to position. As you exhale, bend the knee. Keep breathing. 3 breaths here. 2 more breaths. One breath. Inhale the left arm facing upward. As you exhale, reach those fingers up towards the sky for reversed warrior. And keep breathing here. Feel the legs strong and active. Feel the arms strong and active. Inhale back to warrior 2. Opening up for our side angle. So start with the forearm up at the top of the thigh. Open the chest out. Then take that arm deeper. Only as deep as you can keep the chest open. Once you're there, reach that right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, reach the arm next to the ear. Keeping that right side body nice and long. And looking up to the sky for challenge or down at the floor. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Let's inhale back up. Warrior 2, exhale. Turn all the toes facing the long edge of the mat. Let's take a deep inhale here. Reach both arms way up. Exhale, belly to spine. This time we're forward folding. So if you need to take your hands to the hips for balance, you can take them there. And then once you get about halfway, drop the hands towards the floor if you can. If the hands aren't making the floor, you can use the fronts of your thighs for leverage. So let's just feel this good half forward fold. Opening up the hamstrings at the backs of the legs and into the calf muscles. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, fold all the way if you can. And then let's inhale back up halfway. Take the right hand right under the face. Take the left hand to the shoulder. Take a deep inhale here. Point that elbow up towards the sky. Once you get your twist started, then take the hand up towards the sky as well. Look up at that left hand. One more breath here. Start the inhale, come back down to center. Left hand comes right under the face. Right hand comes to the right shoulder. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, open up that chest and then reach the hand up towards the sky. Keep breathing, 2 more breaths. One more breath. Inhale back to center. So we're going to come back down to our seat, and you can come through garland pose if you'd like. So you can start inching the feet closer and bending the knees. Or you can just come on down to your seat any way you'd like to. And from here, we're going to move to our belly. So coming all the way down to the belly. If you need a little extra support, you can always put your blanket under your torso. And we're going to work through a little bit of cobra pose here. So tops of the feet are on the floor. Elbows and arms are sucked up right close to the body. Hands are right below the shoulders. You can let the forehead relax down. Take a breath here. We want to get grounded for our cobra pose. So take a deep inhale. Feel the body expand. As you exhale, pull the belly back towards the spine. Feel the pelvis move towards the mat. Ground the tops of the feet. So keep that integrity in the lower body. Deep inhale here as you come on up to cobra. So you're just raising the head and the shoulders, no weight in the hands. And then exhale all the way down. So one more time, taking a deep inhale, exhale, belly to spine, tops of the feet firm up to the floor, feel the pelvis engage towards the floor. As you inhale, you're coming up, and exhale, coming all the way down. Exhaling belly to spine as we come down. Get ready to come up one more time. And inhale all the way up. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths here. So keep breathing for 3, for 2, and one more breath. Exhale it all the way down. Shake out the hips. And then we're coming back up to table just for a moment to work on the core. So we're either going to do a table hover or we're going to do a plank. So if you're working with a table, just hovering the knees, you're going to move into this position. And then of course, if you want to work with plank, you're going to come back with your feet. So let's get checked in with our alignment. Wrists and elbows under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Take a deep inhale, exhale, belly to spine. And then when you're ready, lifting up either for a table hover for 3 breaths, 2 breaths, and 1. Let your body come down to the floor. And then we're going to do 1 more of those. So either plank or hovering in your table. So take a deep inhale, exhale, belly to spine. When you're ready, you're either lifting up to table or plank for 3 breaths. 2 breaths. And 1. Coming on down. Moving around to your back. So just to work out the hips and the low back from what we've worked on today, we're going to do our reclining pigeon pose. So let's take the left ankle on top of the right knee. And when you feel ready, you can take both hands and wrap both hands around the right thigh. Just pull that leg towards the body. Stretching out through the left hip. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. And then we're going to let those legs come back down to the floor. Opposite side, right ankle on top of left knee. 2 hands wrap around the left thigh. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, pull the knees towards the body. And keep breathing for 3. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. When you're ready, unwrap the legs. Everybody can just take happy baby, releasing any additional tension in the low body. Or any other stretch that your body feels like it needs before you get ready for Shavasana. Maybe just a windshield wipe of the knees. And then when you're ready, you can start stretching out on your mat, getting comfortable. If your back is feeling sensitive this evening, you can place a blanket underneath your knees. Start to tuck the shoulder blades under. Move the head from side to side and let it relax comfortably at the center. Put some space between the heels, some space between the arms and the body. Start to feel the body's weight on the floor once again. And then take the attention back to the breath. As you start taking a few deep breaths, notice the body inflating as you inhale. And notice the body getting emptier and heavier as you exhale. Start to bring your awareness to the parts of your body that are making contact with the floor. Notice the backs of your legs, your upper back, and the back of your head. Feel the weight of your body pressing those areas into the floor, almost as if they could sink through. Feel yourself getting heavier and heavier with every exhalation. Then begin to move the awareness deeper, feeling all the muscles in your body, from the tiny muscles in your eyelids to the larger muscles of your legs and your core. Feel how the muscles in your belly and chest move as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Feel all the muscles of the body becoming heavier and heavier with every exhalation. And finally, bring your awareness into your bones, from your skull down to the tiny bones in your toes. Feel all the bones growing heavier and heavier with every breath. Your skin, your muscles, and your bones continue to grow heavier and heavier as you sink deeper and deeper into the floor with every exhalation. Begin to bring your awareness back to your body lying on the floor. Feel the heaviness begin to lift away with every inhalation. Every inhalation begins to let the body feel a little bit lighter, more awake. And with each inhalation, the heaviness begins to lift away from your bones, your muscles, and your skin. Start to return some gentle movements to fingers and toes. Begin to let the head move once again side to side. Like the eyes open and then closed and then open again. And just as we started our practice this evening, start to stretch the body out nice and long with your next inhalation. And as you exhale, hug the body to you, hug the knees to you once again. Start to roll to one side. And then as you feel ready, you can make your way back to your seat. And once you find your seat, let's take our hands to the heart. I'm going to offer a huge feeling of gratitude for our practice this evening, and for all of you signing up and showing up. May we be healthy, may we be happy, and may we be at peace. Namaste.